I saw Kanye, and it's just, he's leaving a party, and I walk up, and I go, yo. You know, he's walking, and I yell, Little X, and he stops and turns. And we start talking, I go, yo. I was like, I don't want to talk this, so what are you working on? And blah, blah, blah. I go, what do you think about the world right now, bro? Oh, I'm gonna change it. And then we you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
yeah, because that's the type of shit I'd rather talk about than, you know, you're in the club and, oh, what are you working on? And it feels...
Hey, how's your music going?
Yeah. Like I said, I'd much rather have a conversation about world politics and...
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I really feel like people are purposely, I said it in the thing, well, why are people so into creative? Because they don't want to deal with the world crumbling. What music video meant to urban music, I don't think anyone's really taken in. Music videos always, they haven't really given it the credit it deserves for how much it moved artists' image and sales and perception. It was massive. After school, I went to New York. I did an internship with Hype Williams, right when Hype was becoming Hype Williams. So I got to really see the budgets change. When I came in, the first video we worked on, or I worked on, was a $100,000 job. They shot for 2 days. And then I saw them go to 300, 400, 500, 700, and then we hit the millions in the early 2000s. And there was so much money, so you could, as you're talking about excess, you're seeing excess. We were legitimately competing with the other forms of entertainment. You're not anymore, you can't, no. My run was in the early 2000s. I got my first shot in the final, you know, like 99, 98 kind of thing. But when I got in and was really making music videos for the record labels with money, it was from 2000 up. The budgets have all completely changed for every industry, and everyone knows that after the bubble popped. The creative freedom that was once in music video is not, you're not quite as free. You're still more free than you are in any other element, unless you're a writer-director in film. You get the song, you come up with the idea, you execute that idea, you edit that idea, you transfer that idea, you finish it online, it's all you. My perception is hip-hop excess. Whether or not that is actually me is a different story. But when people think about the videos I do, they think about that kind of thing. And then now, the budgets, you just can't build the things you used to build. You just can't go the places you used to go. It's a new game. All right, party time. Pretty good, baby, I'm not mad at that. It's a good little champagne feeling. In the days that I was coming up, and you know, the Little X days, and we're doing these big videos and there's girls everywhere, and you know, even when Rolling Stones wrote about me, they said, all right, you have all these booty videos, but Little X's booty videos don't feel like booty videos. The influences that Hype looked at and I looked at, and all the guys, at least in our circle, we were looking at fashion photography, and these were the guys that we were trying to emulate. Even though it got turned into hip hop, it was still an artist's eye, but people just saw girls dancing. And as well, the bad copies weren't trying to make art. So we just got lumped together with this tasteless stuff. And then one day it clicked to me, no one got mad because the men were pretending to be rich and showing off their money and showing off their wealth, showing off masculine power. It was their inability to deal with female power and female sexuality and their reaction to it, which is this old school shit. Oh, I'm turned on, put some clothes on. Not I'm turned on, let me deal with it. So the responsibility always came back down on the woman to lessen her sexuality for men's sake, and that there's something wrong with the way she looks. It's fine, but you just shouldn't show people. Why not? For whatever reason, they've always come to me for the Man Up videos. If one thing I've been kind of known through for the whole career is that I'm really good with male R&B artists. Like I did You Got It Bad for Usher, and before that, people were like, what's going on with him? Is he gay? Or they're funny on him. Then I did You Got It Bad, and he was like Mr. Sex Symbol. And then for Bieber, there was a lot of the comments that I saw. I was like, oh, now he's a man, and da-da-da, and it was definitely about getting that alpha thing going.
Jamaican girls stand up. All Canadian English girls stand up.
There's definitely a Caribbean part of me that's very strong, especially growing up in Toronto. It's such a Caribbean environment. I don't know if it slipped out of me in this talk, but every now and then a little island talk come out and the man want to talk about this and them thing, and you know what I'm saying? So that's a strong, strong part of all our lives out here. My videos that I did for reggae artists, it all felt very real and authentic, and people could feel that watching it. The videos look like the culture, and that couldn't have happened without me growing up here and without me having my roots that I have them. It just would not be the same thing. I caused a riot in Harlem. I'm shooting a video for Wyclef Jean, Pussycats. So something tells me, like, hey, let's shoot it on these new video cameras.
Yo, why you always playing with that digital camera, man?
This camera's crazy, man. Yo, I can do like a whole video with it. Since we're shooting on video, we don't need any permits. We'll just go do it, guerrilla style.
Let's do a Pussycat remix.
Right now?
Right now.
Wyclef Jean brings out all his cars and parks them on Broadway underneath this movie theater. We pull up his Mercedes truck and we open up the back door, and now a crowd's around, and we have Busta, Wyclef, and Loon singing the song, right? And just, you know, in New York City, especially in Harlem, you can fill the streets in a second with children. So the whole intersection is just a mob of kids jumping around and having a great time. It's Broadway we've just shut down. The repercussions is going to be felt all the way through Manhattan. Apparently, all the police officers in Harlem are called off duty to deal with the riot that's happening on Broadway, because they don't know what's happening. There's just, the streets are filled with kids. Every officer. I look down the block, a police officer pulls up, the doors open up, and they jump out, and they take the cameras and turn everything off, and it's just chaos. So there's a guy there, he points at this lady, and he says, you see that woman? I go, yeah. She's the head of the most powerful block association in Harlem. You just pulled up in front of her house. If you could pinpoint the worst place to do this, it was there. So that was it. That's when the city said no more music videos. After a decade of just going crazy in New York City. You know, you come outside with your favorite rapper into the projects, and the projects empty out, and they just go, like, all the time we're doing shit like this. You've never seen a video like that since, have you? You're welcome. I really try and move off instinct. So if I hear something, I feel that's more so with art or in life, the thing. Hearing the little voice and trusting that that's the way you should go. Whereas X in 10 years, film, television, yacht, for ladies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, film and television, brother. That's the direction and goal. We were on the set of Lost Girl, season 4, episode 10. No spoilers. I'm shooting my first television show, having discussions about some features that we're just doing the director hustle all around. Cut it. Swing lenses, a 35 or 32, whichever is in the package for A, and then let's go 75 for Zoe. Cool. All right, so we're trying to get a 3-shot as much as we can, and Zoe's the business. I'm loving it. I love this. This is great. I'm a comic book guy, so this kind of fits my world. People have superpowers, they fight, and there's a lot of sex involved with Lost Girl. It's actually a very progressive show as far as those elements. The lead character is bisexual. When I try and describe it to people, I say it's kind of like Harry Potter meets bisexuals meets Kung Fu. And
sounds right up your alley.
You got, yeah, it's right up my alley.
Yeah. And with a series where you have so many different directors, how do you leave your mark?
You try to, you just bring your bit to it. It's not even a matter of try. It's just I'm doing what I'm doing, and we'll see when it's all said and done how that works for everybody. Just doing my work, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to it.